Special education is the term used to describe services and supports schools put in place to ensure that children with disabilities have access to the regular education curriculum at their school and can, to the extent possible, participate in school activities, classes, and events. Brown versus the Board of Education of Topeka was a landmark United States Supreme Court case in which the court declared that state laws establishing separate public schools for black and white students were unconstitutional. This case was important because it signaled the end of the legalized racial segregation in the United States public schools. Overruling the idea of separate but equal, it set the precedent that all students have the right to an education. The ESEA offered new grants to districts serving low-income students, federal grants for text and library books. It created special education centers and created scholarships for low-income college students. Additionally, the law provided federal grants to state educational agencies to improve the quality of elementary and secondary education. Later amendments granted aid to handicapped children and added bilingual educational programs. The Education for All Handicapped Children Act was enacted by the United States Congress in 1975. This act required all public schools accepting federal funds to provide equal access to education and one free meal a day for children with physical and mental disabilities. Public schools were required to evaluate handicapped children and create an educational plan with parent input that would emulate as closely as possible the educational experience of non-disabled students. This act recognizes the rights of students with disabilities as well as it allows the families of students with disabilities to have a voice in their child's education. The ADA is a civil rights law that prohibits discrimination against individuals with disabilities in all areas of public life, including jobs, schools, transportation, and all public and private places that are open to the general public. This act is important because it adds to the precedent set by Brown versus the Board of Education. The act further protects the rights of students with disabilities. The IEP is a program developed for each public school child who is eligible for special education and requires special instruction. The IEP is created by a team effort of parents and teachers, and it is reviewed at least once a year. The 504 plan is a plan developed to ensure that a child who has a disability identified and is attending an elementary or secondary educational institution receives accommodations that will ensure their academic success and access to the learning environment. The primary difference between these two plans is that students with the IEP receive special instruction, while students with the 504 plan do not.
My name is Dr. Kathy Hennigan Batista. I'm a special education teacher at Don Benito School, Pasadena Unified. I teach a class for students with moderate to severe disabilities, and they're in grades kindergarten to second grade. Having a positive relationship between a teacher and a student helps to motivate their student, and it also gives the student the confidence that they are admired and recognized and appreciated for who they are, so that they can continue to grow in a positive way.
Where's Maurice? Maurice, thank you. You're earning a star now. I like the way you're following directions. Vanessa is earning a star. Finish your breakfast.
Do we have rainy days scheduled today?
No.
No, we get to go outside and play. We have a morning circle time where we talk about what the day is going to look like. We look at the calendar. We do their phonics. I'm really pleased that my children have learned their phonics. All of our students have made tremendous progress beyond what we had expected for them, and so I'm particularly proud of them. Some of the students came to the class barely able to talk, and now they're all talking, and many of them are reading. I have to say how much I value my assistants, because we're able to break our classes into very small groups. The children get individualized instruction according to what they need and what we've agreed on as an academic team with the parents at an individual education plan meeting. After lunch, our program is fairly flexible. What color do you want? Aliyah, are you finished with yours? Orange, okay. Okay, are you all done with yours? Okay, put the aprons back in the bag. Thank you. He's such a good helper. We do arts and crafts. We have social studies.
My name is Benjamin Wilson.
What is his name? Benjamin Wilson.
But most people
Call me.
call me Don Benito.
What do most people call him? Don Benito. What is our school's name? Don Benito. I took 6 of my students to PE class in general education because they are totally capable of participating along with their peers who do not have disabilities. And so it gives them an opportunity to make progress in an area of strength. All right. Good job. It's your turn. A little lower. All right, go. Now, you get really attached to the kids when you've had them, even 1 year, but particularly when you've had them for 3 years, and you've seen them come in with one set of skills and behaviors, and they're leaving with a whole different set of skills and behaviors. It's fairly emotional to say goodbye to them and see them move on to other programs. After the children went home, I met with 2 sets of parents for individual education plan meetings. These meetings were back-to-back and extended till almost 6 o'clock. At that point, I came down here to the Board of Education building to participate in a presentation to the board from the Special Education Task Force. There is an autism add-on credential that we are asking for all of our teachers who have the mild to moderate credential to pursue. All of us who work for PUSD are educators, whether we're in the classroom, whether we are administrators, whether we are custodians. All of us are there to support the learning of students. Thank you so much for your attention.
To become certified in special education, you must first acquire your state teaching certification. Then, depending on the types of disabilities your students may have, you might need to complete additional certification to deal with those specific disabilities.